Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 1 p.m. Central, as we get to ride home with each other. And I just got to tell you, I've been really looking forward to this one right here since the debate. I have just been counting the minutes until I could talk with Silk of Diamond and Silk. But before we get started, you can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and also syndicated on Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast on the newscasters.com and IC radio station, where we are your new Fox News affiliates. Thank you so much for being with us again every day. If you'd like to send an email, go ahead and do that. I will be glad to take all of your emails and, any suggestions you have, anything you would like me to do a little research, I'll be glad to do that as well. Okay, drum roll, please. Silk. Thank you for being with me on the show. Phil can tell you, I have just been counting the minutes until I could talk with you.
Well, I have a whole lot to say. So
I bet you do. I bet you do. First of all, I was a little surprised at CNN. I feel like they gave a halfway fair, decent debate. I really do. I kind of do. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, what I think CNN did is basically it backfired on them with what they wanted to do. I think that with them, setting all of these different rules and different things, it gave the people the opportunity to see exactly who Joe Biden really truly is and who we've been saying that he really truly is. Now, when it comes down to the actual Q&A debate, they did a good job with asking the questions, but that's only what we saw on screen. What happened behind screen? What was there any hand motions or anything going on that they did not want us to see, the audience to see, especially after their 2-minute delay before it got to us? Okay. But with what I saw on screen, I mean, it was fair. Okay. But it also exposed the fact that we have an imbecile that's running our country. Okay. So we get a win-win with that. And but I think CNN, especially, it was surprising with the way that they did things. But because there was no audience, because there was a 2-minute delay, from my understanding, we only saw what they wanted us to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't know, it looked kind of suspicious to me with the notes. And Phil had mentioned this. We had the popcorn going. We were ready for it.
I said I was going to choke on it. I didn't pop any. I said I was going to choke.
Probably shouldn't have. But didn't it look a little bit like he was kind of fumbling through some papers? Or are we sure? Do we know for sure there were no notes specifically for him to look at? Whatever, it didn't work.
You're talking about Biden, right?
Yes, Biden.
It looked like Biden was fumbling through something, or the first thing that comes to my mind is Inspector Gadget. They can clone different people. They can put all these little gadgets on you or in you. And when he went into this stare, it appeared to me like he was trying to read something through his, I don't know if he had on contacts or through his eyes or something. He could have had on something that he could see something on the wall where no one else could see it. I don't know what tactic they used, but it was terrible.
Well, it didn't work. I noticed him fumbling around with one of his ears.
Yeah, I did see that. I don't know if it was if he was an itch. I don't know if it was a scratch. I don't know if it was a signal, but I know that he looked terrible overall. He looked weak. He looked frail. He looked disheveled. And the fact that they took in a whole week of preparations, that they took this man off into the woods somewhere to prepare him for what they call the debate. And this is all that we got. They want to say, okay, well, he have a stuttering problem. No, that was not stuttering, trying to figure out how to say the words. That right there was exactly what it is, cognitive decline, because he couldn't even put the words in a sentence to form the sentence. Okay. He couldn't even speak the sentence out accurately so that we can understand what he was talking about. See, when you know that you're doing things wrong, you get what's called like nervous. Okay. And I believe that that's what happened with him. I really, truly believe that's what happened with him.
I do too. And I'll have to tell you, it just upset me to no belief when they walked off the stage. And
Hmm.
then, of course, Jill had to take him off the stage because he didn't have enough brains to walk off the stage. So, but she looked at him as if he were a 2-year-old who had done really good in school, in kindergarten or something. And she did you see
Exactly.
that? She
She
said,
guided him like a dog. Is what she did. She guided him like a dog, told him where the steps was.
uh-huh.
And the sad thing, he was frail. See, when you all doped up, and I'm gonna say allegedly because I wasn't there when they doped him up, but he looked like he was on something, some type of dope, or they didn't let him out the refrigerator long enough, the deep freezer long enough to thaw out, so that
Uh-huh.
he can, be able to move or something. But from the way that he looked at frail, he looked at weak, and she looked at like his caretaker is what
She
she
did.
looked like to me. Uh-huh. And the sad thing, Donna, is that they continue to try to pull this wool over our eyes for us not to see what's truly happening as it pertains to Joe Biden. They are covering up something that is so sinister, something that's so nefarious, okay? But it's all showing, okay? It's showing out in the open. This is who they picked. They selected this demonic imbecile is who they selected. But guess what? All of their dirt is coming to the top. The people can see it. The people can see it as clear as day. So the things that you have talked about, I have talked about, we continue to talk about for them to finally see it. And there was no safety net, no real safety net for Joe Biden. That's what needs to happen. The media need to stop covering for Joe Biden. His wife need to stop covering for Joe Biden. Joe Biden need to stop covering for Joe Biden and realize, look, hey, my time is up. Let me go home and rest and rock my grandbabies or something.
Well, he
So
doesn't. He actually doesn't even accommodate all of his grandchildren. There's one he denies.
yes, I've heard of the one that he's denied and so forth. But that's what he need to do. He need to maybe go and acknowledge her or something,
Mhm.
because being on world stage, he is an embarrassment. He is
Mhm.
an embarrassment being on the world stage, and he don't know if he's coming or going.
Now, let's kind of break the debate up a little bit. So,
Uh-huh.
what was your favorite part? What's the part you just can't stop thinking about of this debate? Is there one particular thing that just really sticks out with you?
Yes, but hold on one second.
Queen City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Okay, we are back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show. Thank you so much for being with us every day. So let's go ahead and let's dig right into it just a little bit more. So, Silk, the debate happened. I mean, there are so many things I can pull out of that debate. Is there one particular thing that it just holds on to you? You can't stop thinking about it. One specific part of the debate?
Yeah, it's whenever President Donald J. Trump basically said he don't know what he's saying. I don't know what he said, and he don't know what he's saying. That one particular part stands out to me because nobody knew what he was saying. It was like it was obvious. And it's like, is anybody going to tell him we don't know what the hell he's saying? And so President Trump finally did it. So that one part stand out. There's another part when Biden was saying something, he was trying to justify the fact that illegal aliens, he was trying to justify the fact that illegal aliens raping women here in America. And he said something about how the women in America, something about how your in-laws and your brothers and your sisters, you know, they're being raped by their in-laws and their brothers and their sisters. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
Yes, yeah, you talking about women being raped by their sisters? I mean, just trying to justify. Yeah. That was really crazy, but that was the main point. The fact that he don't know what he's saying, we don't know what he's saying. So why are we even having this Q&A debate?
Yeah, who knows why we're having this discussion? But let's go ahead and play this clip. It'll take just a few seconds. But I mean, you and I, that was my favorite too. That was my favorite. something else. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm not even going to say poor guy. I think he brought all of this on himself. And I'll
Yeah.
have to tell you something else that I think was going ahead and put you back in too. I don't have you there. And another thing that, people are acting so surprised about his lies. He's done this forever. You remember when he ran for president back in the 70s or the 80s, or whenever that was, and he was out there spouting that he had 2 degrees and he finished
Yeah.
in top of the class. And for goodness sakes, he had 1 and he finished at the bottom of the class.
But he looked like a scarecrow. Okay. That's what he looked like, a old coon standing up there. Now, a lot of people, I like the fact that President Trump was reserved. Okay, I got that part. But Biden, it's time for him to get whipped. I'm talking about, when I say whipped, he knows what he's doing. Okay, he's part of all of this corruption that's going on. Our country is being destroyed. All right, and he's part of the destruction. He's the reason behind the destruction. So I no longer feel sorry for Joe Biden. Okay, because if he have a mind to stand there on stage, he should also have a mind to say, "Listen, y'all, it's time to get me off stage." All right. So he's there, as far as I'm concerned, because he wants to be there. Not to mention Jill wanting him to be there. All right, and for her not to even be able to have enough woman intuition to understand that something is wrong with her husband, then something is seriously wrong with her. Okay, but he's where he wants to be at, right there. And he is the true puppet master. Okay, he's the true puppet master. And what he's doing everything that his puppet master is telling him to do. Okay, so I said he's the true puppet master. No, he's the true puppet. And he's doing everything that Puppet Obama and them want him to do. And unfortunately, it looks horrible. It looks horrible. So I don't know if they're going to try to get a new puppet like Big Mike or this other Gavin Newsom, a new scum there in California. I don't know what they're going to try to do or how they're going to try to do, but it does not matter, because the Democrat policies, the Democrat policies is what's messing up this country, is what's destroying this country. And people are really sick and tired of when you hear Democrats, all they can think of now is Joe Biden, destruction. Okay. And then to even have this, this first debate in the month of June. Okay. Was they trying to see if Joe Biden was going to be able to withstand everything? I mean, I don't know, but I do believe that it is time for the people. I think it was held now so that the people would know what we're dealing with here, truly what we're dealing with here. Yeah.
So he's not going to step aside. He's just not going to. I mean, over the weekend, the family is over and all this. And I told Phyllis that he's not going to step over the side. I don't know that he has dementia. I think he's just plain full of the devil. Because people who are possessed, I mean, they act a little different now. I mean, I've never met someone. I kind of met a couple of people that may have been. But people are full of Satan. I mean, they act a little different.
See, you can't be full of evil, okay, and be normal and act normal. No, some way the evilness is going to show. It's going to come out, and it's going to be on open stage, on world stage for everybody to see. See, these people have been trying to hide Joe Biden's cognitive decline. They've been trying to hide whatever is wrong with him. They've been trying to hide it, and they can no longer hide it. He is full of evil. He's full of demonic spirits. Okay. Anytime you are okay with opening up the border, allowing people we don't even know to come into our country, rape American women, rape little girls, kill and murder American citizens, and you think that that's okay, and you want to justify it by saying, well, they rape. Get raped by their in-laws and their brothers and sisters,
Oh, well, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a big problem for Jim Crow Joe. That's a problem for me. It's a problem for America. And he really looked disgusting. I mean, I'm glad that President Trump didn't even shake his hand. I wouldn't have wanted to shake his hand either, in fear that he might have messed on himself, So people got to be really, really cautious. And I'm glad President Trump was really, really cautious because something is seriously wrong with Jim Crow Joe. I don't know if he's been cloned. I don't know if it's another mask. I don't know what it is. But to have something like that, demonic, running our country, now people should be able to see why our country looked the way it looks.
Well, they're blaming it. He's blaming it on the people who tried to monikers, I guess, as you can say, for the past week. When he was supposed to be trained for this event, so he's blaming it on them. How can you blame it on them? I mean,
they weren't the ones up there. No, hold on. They're gonna tell you what you need to say. It's gonna be up to you to say it. Okay, it's up to him to say whatever they taught him. All right. I don't think they taught him how to stutter. I don't think they taught him how not to talk, how not to string some words together to form a sentence. No, this is on Jim Crow Joe Biden. And he's talking about this 1 week. No. This has been going on for the last 4 years.
Before then. Okay.
Yes.
Before he was running for office to begin with a few years ago, he was doing this then. He was talking about his hairy legs. I mean, he was touching little girls. He did all this stuff out in plain spirit. I mean,
in plain sight, he's doing this. He's on video, okay, doing all of this crazy stuff. But see, you have the media, you have the deep state snakes, and you have the Democrat rats. They were covering and trying to hide him, all right? And now they're being showed up. And they're sitting back in disbelief as if they just had a come to Jesus moment all of a sudden in this one night. No.
No one can be that stupid. No one can be that stupid. They've been with him in meetings. They've been with him in all of that. He had to have been slipping up all this time. They were just covering for him. There's nothing to be shocked at. There's nothing to be surprised at.
There's nothing to be surprised at. And shame on the media for covering it up. Shame on the Democrats for covering it up. But guess what? See, the 2020 election was stolen. See, President Donald J. Trump was the one that was up before they shut down the machines, okay? He was the clear winner. They took and stole it from President Donald J. Trump, all right? And they put this old bastard right here in front of us and say, okay, this is going to be your president. All right. He looked more like a resident. I don't call him no president. He looked more like a resident. And they done turned that White House into an old folks home up there. And it's probably smelled full of boo-boo. Okay. It probably just had the stench of boo-boo up there because he looked like he stink. He looked like he's nasty. And he looked like he is demonic. So shame on the media. Y'all get what you deserve for pushing this stuff in front of our face. The Democrat Party, you get what you deserve for dangling this in front of our eyes as if this is supposed to be viable. This is supposed to be viable to America. That's why America is in decline, because you have the so-called leader in decline. What else do these people expect? Okay, they ain't nothing but a bunch of liars. And if they sit on their news stations and continue to say that 81 million people voted for Joe Biden and that the election was the most secure election and it was not stolen from Donald J. Trump, guess what? They're still lying. They have a problem. They're lying to themselves and they're still lying to the people. And I don't see how those people how are they still on the air? How do they still got a job? Okay, with telling the people lies. You're giving misinformation to the people. Okay, you're giving misinformation to the people, and I don't see how they still on air.
No, I don't see you live with yourself when you're like that. So many things that are offensive. I don't think he's going to leave. I think he's just plain evil, and I don't think he's going to leave. And there are too many people he's got the goods on. They're all in it together. All this deep state. Part of this, I think, is child porn. I think children are being raped. That's why they want all these kids to come through. And let me tell you something else. Even in, we've talked about sanctuary cities. I think now there are sanctuary towns. In this tiny little town that I live in, I'm noticing these little pod houses are coming in. People are buying up land. Now, this is out in the sticks. Now, we're out in the country. We're buying up land, and we're seeing all these little tiny pods. We're seeing all these little tiny houses come in. And they're all around us. We have 38 acres here. They're all around us.
it's not just in just different counties. It's also in several different states. I believe all of our states, including North Carolina, I think they have these different little they call them sanctuary cities, these illegal alien towns. They have them in all of the different states. Okay, I truly do believe that. All right, and I do believe that it is not just for good purposes. I think it's for slavery. They are trying to bring in their new slaves. You got to remember that the Democrats are the party of slavery, KKK, Jim Crow. All right. And see, they have taken, especially the Black community, and have abused the Black community so, all right, so much that Black people are now waking up and saying, you know, we're tired of being used and abused like a tool. Okay. And so now that they see that the black community, a lot of people in the Black community is having a great awakening, they're like, okay, we're going to have to get somebody to replace them. We're going to have to get new voters. All right. That's what we're going to have to get, new slaves, somebody that's going to work for slave wages. All right. So they're bringing in these beige people. Okay. They may call them brown, but I call them beige. They're bringing them in. All right. To replace American citizens. All right. Especially the Black community is what they're doing. So they got to set them up in little camps. This is something that these people are really, truly used to. They may look at the little camps that they're being set up in, the little pod houses, and really think that that's luxury in comparison to where they're coming from.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying? So it may look good for them. And they may think, oh, we're living good. And they're really finally getting access to the American dream. But it's not going to be until they wake up, until they bring in their new slew of slaves. Okay. So that's what they've been doing this here for several years. That's why they want everybody to get these jabs, like as if they are a pincushion, why they be exempt, why they exempt themselves from it, want everybody to do it, because they want people to die off. They want people to depopulate. Okay, they want everybody dead. The ones that's wise, the older, the elders, they want them dead. Okay, so that they can continue to push what they've been pushing on this country, and that's slavery. All right, same script, different cast is what it is. All right, and that's truly what I see happening. And I know that you said earlier that you don't think that Joe Biden is going to leave. I'm here to tell you that he's already left. He's MIA. He don't even know that he ain't inside of his body. Anytime you go into a stair, you don't know that you're there. You lock up. I mean, just look at all of these different old people that's up there in Congress and in the Senate. Old people, okay? And they lock up. They old and they lock up. I don't know what type of drugs, adrenaline, what type of baby blood, whatever they taking and juicing up with. They need to stop because it looks ridiculous. Then here's another thing, Donna, that continuously crossed my mind. Is it really truly them, or is it somebody imitating them with a mask on? Because they got these masks now, they can make them look like whoever they want to. They put these masks on and they walk around. And so something, like I say, nefarious is truly going on up there in our government, especially where these old people don't ever just die off and they continue to try to control everything that's going on in our country. That's how I feel about it.
I'm going to say you're probably spot on that, because tyrants through centuries have always had body doubles. So if there was a suspicion that they could get assassinated, they'll send somebody out. Gaddafi did that all the time. You could always tell. Hillary Clinton did that. Remember when she was running for office and she passes out? She goes up to Chelsea's apartment, comes back, looks 20 years younger, 20 years lighter. That was not Hillary Clinton coming. That was another woman.
Kamala Harris did it too when they was out calling themselves campaigning, and somebody that looked like Kamala and some other guy, that got called out. So they continuously do this and put this in front of our eyes to make it appear to be real. Okay, when a lot of this stuff is fake, even when you look at the White House, that Joe Biden and them I've come to find out that ain't nothing but a set. Yeah. That's all it is. It's nothing but a set. When he's standing there giving his so-called speeches or whatever, that ain't nothing but a set. It's all staged. It's all theatrical. Okay. And it's like we've been living in this movie for all of these years, all of these centuries, when you really truly think about it, these decades of theatrical with these actresses and actors and everybody playing this particular role. I look at Nancy Pelosi. I'm like, how much Botox can she shoot up in her face? And with everything that's going on, something ain't right. Somebody got on some mask around here. When I looked at Joe Biden, it looked like his mask had shifted. The little indenture in his chin had shifted. I looked at my husband. I said, "Oh God, he's melting. They better get him because he's melting." I see a lot of that stuff, especially when it comes down to editing. Okay, they put them green screens behind you, and it looks like you're just right there in the place in the same space with everybody else. So something is seriously going on.
But nothing moves, Silk. Nothing moves. Have you noticed a lot of times? Okay, now I would say that probably the White House has the best air and heating and warming cooling system that there is on Earth. I would think it would be really good. But if you notice, sometimes when he speaks, the curtains don't move. I mean, like air would draft. Something would move a curtain. Like I promise, I have a curtain right here. I promise you, when Phil turns the air on, it moves. I mean, nothing moves. It's like it's just this plain screen behind him.
Exactly.
And you can see. Now, you and I are in the media. We have talk shows. We notice things nobody else notices.
That's right. My sister and I, we used to do different green screens when we did the one with the view and did a lot of other different videos and stuff. We did green screen, did what we needed to do. I went in and edited. You can tell it, you can see it clear as day. But if you let the left tell the story, they're going to say that it's a deep fake. That is, that's AI. Somebody just made that look a certain way. Okay. No. You're not going to be able to fool me.
Well, I'll tell you the best one was after the first debate when Trump and Biden were first ran for office. Okay. And they had Stacey Abrams. And she was, touting after the debate, talking about Biden's best thing that ever happened in the world. Did you notice the people behind her had the same? It was like that was fake people. And people look at me like they think I'm crazy. But if you'll just look at it, they had people that were clapping. It was just like a rerun. Those people were not really behind her.
And they love to stack the audience. So the way that they do it, they'll have this group of people, then they'll take and put that same group of people in another section and stack them on top of each other. And you still see the same yellow shirt throughout the video.
I know that.
Right. I know what to look for, but the average eye don't know what to look for if they're not in this particular business. That's why I can openly say that it's a set. It's staged. And we even have a video. My sister and I recall us playing a video. She bought the video to me where you can see at one of the press conferences, and then when they V'd out, when the cameras V'd out, bam, you can see the actual set. That was not the White House. So that is what they're doing. That is what they're doing. However, it's deceitful, it's deceptiveness. And people need to realize we have been deceived here. These people have been lying to us. Even when it comes down to our government, nothing but straight up liars is what these people have been doing. And they continue to do it. And here, who gonna call them out, Donna? Who gonna hold these people accountable for what they've done to this country? Huh? Trump. They all fake and phony.
Mm-hmm. I saw something. My son is a huge Trump fan, and always has been since day one. And so he sent a video to me today, and this was back from the 1970s and 1980s. And Trump was not. Oprah Winfrey was actually interviewing him, and so she asked him if he ever would think about running for president, and he said no. I mean, and then she laughingly said, well, it wouldn't be enough money for you anyway. And he just kind of laughed, but he said someday there's going to have. He was talking about how the deep state was then.
Yes,
he was, and so he was discussing that with her, and he said something's going to have to change. We're going to be in a mess. I mean, we're going to be in trouble as this nation, and I love this nation.
I believe even back then, President Donald J. Trump, at the time, Donald Trump, all right, with him being a millionaire billionaire, he played the game right along with the Democrats. Remember, he used to be a Democrat, all right? He gave money to the campaigns, all of that stuff. Everybody loved Donald J. Trump.
Of course, he's giving.
Yeah. Yes. So he knows how the game is played. All right. He knows where the I's are X's and the T's are. He knows where the rats and the roaches reside. He knows all of this stuff. Why? Because he was once one of them. He once played in a game right along with them. Okay. So that's how he can come in and say, all right, this needs to be redone. We need to redo this right here. We need our own oil. We need our own money back here. Joe Biden don't need to do this. We need to close up. That's how he knows to put stuff in place, because he used to play the game with them.
You know, you just reminded me of something. My grandparents used to say the best ministers, the best preachers are the ones that were former alcoholics and went to every bar in town. And those are the best sheriffs too, because they know where it is. They know where they stash it.
Yes.
That's Trump.
That's President Donald J. Trump. Okay. With him knowing that, guess what? They know he know it. And because they know he know it, that's why they want to keep him off the throne. They want to keep his hand tied. They don't want him in their little circle, because if he is now America first, all right, and he's going to be honest about this thing, that means he's not going to play your little game. All right. That means you can't control him. All right. He's not getting any money from the lobbyists and from these Soros and all of these different folks. Okay. He has his own money to play the whole entire game. And the evils to be don't like that. They don't like that. They don't want that. They don't like that, because they know Trump get in, the gravy train runs out. They've been sucking this country dry like bloodsucker maggots for years, for decades.
That's why we're trillions of dollars in debt.
That's the reason why. And they're looking for us, our tax dollars, to pay all of that back. Nothing but straight up liars and thieves is exactly what they are, to enrich themselves.
Well, he's wise to them now. He knows even the Republicans, the ones to stay away from. This time, he doesn't trust any of that mess. There's some Republicans you have to stay away from.
Would you trust them? Listen,
no.
When the Democrat Party stole the election, you had Republicans driving the getaway car. They was right along right there with them, okay? Because they did not want Trump in. They had to push their agenda, all right? You got a lot of Republicans that done got paid off to do what? Push their agenda, okay? So, I don't trust none of them. And when I look at the VP, you know, they give this thing about the VP. There's only one person one choice for VP that I think would do the best job ever, and that's Dr. Ben Carson.
Oh, I love Carson.
For the ones that's in the running, okay? For the ones that's in the running. Dr. Ben Carson is the most loyal individual to President Donald J. Trump.
That's what he needs. He didn't get it the first time around. That's
what he needs. He don't need a deep state snake. He don't need a Vivek. He ain't, because Vivek ain't nothing but a light-skinned version of Obama and a thinner version of Chris Christie. That's all Vivek is. Okay? He's a deep state. Huh?
Yeah, you're spot on there.
He's a deep state. Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
He's funded by Soros, so you remember that. Did you see that came out? He's had some funding from Soros.
Exactly. Okay. The deal is he ain't been in the game here as a MAGA or America First for me to even trust him, and I don't trust him. Okay. This Vance guy, I don't even know who the hell he is, Donna. I don't know who he is. I don't know JD Vance. I don't even know who he is. All right. Okay. Who else? I don't know. Who else? Who else they got out there?
Well, the guy from South Carolina.
Tim Scott?
Yeah, him.
Tim Scott is a deep state snake.
No.
He's nothing but a puppet. Look, girl, how much time do you have?
Huh? You got about 15 minutes.
He ain't, listen, They just have him in that position. He's nothing but a puppet, and he's going to do exactly what his puppet masters tell him to do. Now, just because he's black, I don't have a problem with talking about him. He's a deep state snake. That's all he is. And see, what they want to do is like they did with Mike Pence. Nobody knew who Mike Pence was.
I didn't know who he was.
We know who he was, but the deep state did. All right. Mm-hmm. They needed him, Mike Pence, around Trump so that Pence can go and spill the beans and keep everything going, because the deep state needed somebody on the inside so that they can go back and report to the deep state. Mm-hmm. So whoever President Donald J. Trump picked, if he don't want that happening, he don't need to pick nobody else other than Ben Carson.
My son says that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how they infiltrate. Even you got people now that's infiltrating the MAGA movement, infiltrating America First candidate. They are Democrats. Then they turn to Republican and say they're running for this particular office. We don't know who these people are, but what they're doing is getting paid to infiltrate so that when it's time to push certain policies or whatever, then before you know it, that's when their true color going to show. Then you look at Mike Johnson. Look at the Christian Mike Johnson. Okay? He is funding abortion, using our tax dollars to do that, but he's such a Christian. He ain't nothing but one of the deep state snakes as well. And there's not a whole lot of people out here that you can trust because they're either being blackmailed or somebody.
That's a big part of it right there.
That's right.
You play around with the filth and you're going to get some filth on you, then they're always going to use you. I mean, they always
do. That's right. Or they're going to threaten you. They're going to threaten to kill your family. They would do all of the above, okay, when you're playing in that particular pot. That's how they operate. That's how they've been operated. That's why nothing has gotten done in our country. Every time we go to do something, just think about it, Donna. Every time we go to do something and they turn around and they say, okay, we can only do this if this party is in position or if that party is in position. Then once they get in position, what happens? Nothing. Mm-hmm. It gets shut down.
Look, the Republicans have held the House before. I mean, they've had enough votes. They could have made some changes.
But you had Paul Ryan. You had him as a snake. He was the speaker whenever the Republicans held the House before.
And nothing got done.
That's right. That's right. So now let's look at Steve Bannon. Mm-hmm. Let's look at Steve Bannon. Okay. All right. So you had now the Republicans, all of a sudden, they're going to rush forth some legislation to say that the J6 committee, that was not legal. It was not founded on legal. This position was not legal. They deleted all of the evidence and so forth. But now what's coming back is, well, we can't go backwards. We can't go back to that time to undo
you go back there to try to destroy Trump.
There you go. You went back 30 years to destroy Trump, but you can't go back a year to get this J6 stuff together. Okay. So once again, when you don't have the people on either side fighting against the status quo, this is what you're going to continue to get. What we're seeing today, a uniparty. One dirty bird with two corrupt wings is what you're seeing. And that's what we're getting. That's why nothing is going on in this country. This country is stagnated.
This is the famous last words. When you ask a politician about an issue, and when their response is, let's just let the people decide. You know what that means? That means they're for it. They don't want to tell you they're for it.
Right.
I just noticed that local. Anytime I ask about something locally and someone says, well, Donna, we're just going to let the people decide. And they're weak.
The people ain't been able to decide nothing. The Supreme Court SCOTUS came down with this Chevron ruling, okay? And so with them coming down with this Chevron ruling, it caused me to just do a little bit of investigation, Donna. Do you not know that there's a whole nother set of three-letter organization, three-letter positions, I will call them, okay, that basically governs itself and pushes those rules on we the people, put the red tape in place against we the people, because what's supposed to happen under a constitutional republic, the Congress is supposed to make the laws. Mm-hmm. Right? Congress is supposed to make the laws. But they got this stuff set up for the last 40 years that if they can't get something pushed through Congress, they go through like DHS, CDC, they go through these different other organizations and say, we need to push this right here through. Okay,
that's why we all got the COVID shot pushed on us.
Exactly.
I didn't take it.
I didn't take that mess either.
Too much of a sales job.
Yeah.
If anybody is, okay, you know I have asthma. Okay, so I went to a specialist. And so the specialist, it was almost like she was trying to sell me a vacuum cleaner. She was trying to get me to buy this pump machine or whatever. All I could think of is I'm going to be the rest of my life just like my stepfather walking around with this crazy breathing machine.
Yeah.
I was suspicious of it. You know what I do? I take ginger root. I still have it. But I don't have to do an inhaler. And I don't see this is natural way. And I also do breathing exercises. Mm-hmm. Guess what? I'm not walking around with one of those machines breathing.
That's right.
They don't want anybody's going to ask questions.
And apricot seeds as well. Okay. There are so many different natural alternatives out there. The patch, the LifeWave patches, where it's photolight therapy. Okay. No medicine, no stimulus, none of that stuff. It's photolight therapy. And you don't have to plug nothing up. You just put it on your body and let it do what it needs to do. Mm-hmm. Alternative medicines is what I do. But see, the reason why they wanted you to get the jab and was selling it and marketing it is because they got paid for everybody that they shot up. That was the incentive, money. It's always been about money. When it comes down to these hospitals, it's nothing but about money. When it comes down to the pharmaceutical, it's nothing about money. How much money can they make off of your body, and anybody's body will do. Okay. Then once they done killed you from doping you up with all of their white powder in a capsule, then what happens? They move on to the next body. Mm-hmm. They've been doing this here stuff for years. And that's how it always, it's never been about healing to me. It's been about killing. That's how I view this here stuff at. And that's the reason why I'm not on doctor medicines, because that's how this is what they want to do. It's always been about what can they push on you. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, peace out. No. Especially after they killed my sister with all of their dope, with their insulin, with all of these quantum dots. Then come to find out, a lot of the different components and ingredients and a lot of America's medication is coming from the CCP. It's coming from China. It's coming from the Wuhan lab. It's coming from a place who hates America. Uh-huh. Okay.
And people look up, and just because their doctor tells them they need to do it, they do it.
That's
I know women who are on like 5-10 different medicines, and they're all jittery. They can't hold a civil conversation with you because the doctor tells them to do it. And I take absolutely nothing.
Yeah. It's indoctrination.
But you know, the best plant, if I was told I could only have one plant, it would be comfrey. Comfrey plant. Write this down. Comfrey plant. I want to tell you, this plant does wonders. You can make a salve out of it. I know everybody, the whole family laughs at me about this. But I'm never sick. But anyway, if you get a cut, if you get a sting or whatever happens, you put this comfrey plant on you. You make a salve out of it.
Yeah.
Tallow, beef tallow, and I'm going to make you some. I'm going to send you some. You're going to love this stuff.
One of my main go-to herbs is valerian root.
That's a good one too.
Valerian root. That's right. Mm-hmm. They have used it in hospitals and different things like that. But with them adding certain chemicals to that, it actually countersets and offset the properties within the different like herbs and the valerian root. And all you get is a big push of their chemicals. Okay. Mm-hmm. So no. I like the all natural valerian root, chamomile, and the ginger root. I like roots like that. Okay, and that works for me. All natural stuff. Okay, but the doctor medicines, you got people on 5, 10 pills. All right, have they did a study to see the interaction between all of that medicines that you're taking at one time? No, they hadn't did a study on that.
Really good for you. It can't.
Not all of that stuff combined
and then
together like that.
A woman has a hysterectomy. Okay, the first thing they want to start doing is putting her on pills. They want to start putting her on, well, now she's going to have some issues, so let's go ahead and start doping her up.
Yeah.
And I see people I went to school with that they can't even function.
Right. They can't function because they don't want you to function. All right. They want everybody to be cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. That's what they want. All right. They want us out of our mind, because then it'll be easier for them to control you if you don't have that common sense. You see what I'm saying? That's why they did the gain of function, so that they can try to spread this stuff. So for the unvaccinated, we still in trouble too, because that stuff is in the air, it's in the food, it's in the water, and that stuff can get into our system. The only deal is we've been infected while the other person has been injected. With us being infected, we still have our immune system, our immunity to build up that army to fight back of whatever foreign object or agent that's inside of whatever they're trying to do to our body to depopulate this country. Okay, so the herbs that you're speaking of, we got to continue to do that to detox our bodies out. That's what we're going to have to continue to do, because they have it everywhere, in the water, in the food, bioengineered ingredients in the food. They have
I won't even buy a ground black pepper. I don't trust it. I get my own pepper, and I grind my own, because I don't know what kind of filler they may be putting in there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like someone who doesn't trust the government. I used to laugh at people. Back in the day, I would laugh at people who would say, I don't trust the government. I would just laugh. And now I'm all in it. I totally get it.
I do not trust this government. I do not trust them at all. They are liars. They are thieves. They are deceptive bastards is what they are. They deceive the people. They don't care about life. They don't care about it. Because if you look at it, one thing that this government wants to always try to push is abortion. They always want to push abortion. And I keep telling the Democrats, dear Democrats, okay, women are not sitting around here fantasizing on how they're going to kill their unborn babies. That's not what women is not sitting around here. Women, the Democrats are the ones sitting around here with that. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Women are concerned about how they're going to feed their children, how they're going to provide for their children. Okay. Not sitting around here talking about, oh, my reproductive rights. The Democrats was concerned about reproductive rights. They wouldn't even include that as an abortion, because reproductive means reproducing. Mm-hmm. Okay. Look.
Okay. If you really believe that, you would shut Hollywood down, because all they do is they just promote sex and drugs, alcohol, guns. Okay, so what they're doing, actors that talk about guns. We don't want guns. Well, they're the first ones that you offer them a movie role with guns in it. They'll take it.
They're going to promote what they've been pushed and paid to promote. If they want to remain famous, they will push it. If not, and if you go against the will of the evils that be, then guess what? They're going to destroy you. Mm-hmm. That's how it works, Donna.
Well, Silk, I know you've got to go.
Yeah.
I know you got to get out of here. I'm going to say goodbye to you. I'll go ahead and finish up the show for you, but thank you so much for being with us. It's always a pleasure. And I love you, and our audience loves you as well. You know that.
Thank you so much.
You all for being the way you are. You're a breath of fresh air.
Bless your heart. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, and God bless you.
You too, sweetie. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was Silk from Diamond and Silk. I am so proud to have her on the show. I mean, always. And so I want you to also go on her website. She has some specials going on right now. So go ahead and check that out, diamondandsilk.com. You'll find all kinds of great, great things. If you want to know honesty, if you want to know someone who really, really loves the country, she does as well. Now, I want to talk to you about voting. Okay, because we have an election coming up. Now, if you're not informed, I'm not talking to you. Okay, I'm talking about people who are informed and people who actually love their country and they care about what's going on in the world. I want to talk with people right now who love their kids, they love their grandkids, and they care about what shape this country is going to be in at that time. And I hope if President Trump is listening to this right now, I would hope, I think I have this couple on my show, Chuck and Marilyn Bailey, and they are with Fair Tax. I want you to look that up, and I want you to call all your congressmen, anybody who's in office, your mayor, whoever, and talk with them about Fair Tax. They would eliminate a lot of this nonsense and a lot of this crazy spending that's happening right now with our government. So I want you to look that up. This way, everybody pays. People who are coming into the country, people who are just, they're coming in as they're just out here just wanting to see what we're about. If you're in this country and you're spending money, you're going to be paying tax. And don't listen to the lies that are out there. Okay, so you would be paying just a flat tax on everything. Nothing is taken out of your check. You would get to take your entire check home when you work. If you're paid under the table, so be it. If you're a pimp or if you're a drug dealer or if you're a prostitute, you're going to be paying like everybody else does. So I would love you just to go out and do some research on this. Again, it's fairtax.org, fairtax.org. Now, in your own state, where I'm at right now, Alabama, is fairtax.org. Chuck and Mary Lynn have been working on this for a long time, and they've done their homework. If you knew the money that was being spent on a bunch of nonsense, I think that this would be a good way also for us to have a say in how our tax money is being spent right now. Right now, on people who are coming into the country illegally are getting more money than our retirees are getting after working years. Social Security. They're getting more money than our elderly people who are making Social Security. That makes no sense whatsoever. How about your military folks, the people who put their life out there on the line? Nothing. So I really want you to think about these. Do your research. Don't even listen to me. Go out and do research. Fairtax.org is a good start for you right there. Go to Silk, diamondandsilk.com. And again, she's running some good specials. Thanks, Silk, again, for being on the show. Now she had to run catch another show, but thank you also for watching, because I know you could be doing anything else right now. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcast, another way to find some good news, and that's thenewscasters.com. And don't forget the radio station, iacradio.media, where we are Fox News affiliates. Again, thank you so much for watching. Definitely appreciate it. You take care.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer
yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
My Towels solved a problem that we've all had with towels. You go into the stores and they feel lotiony and soft, but then you get them home and they wind dry you. That's why I made My Towels. They actually work, they're soft, and they absorb. And now I'm excited to announce 2 brand new lines of My Towels. What makes them the best towels ever is they're now made with 100% long staple Shapir cotton. This is a combed ring spun cotton that makes My Towels even softer and more absorbent than ever. And now you get a 6-piece set for an amazing introductory sale price as low as $29.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get My Towels for only $29.98. Or you can get my designer premium line for just $20 more. Either way, you save 50% now on all My Towels. They actually work. What a concept. This offer won't last long, so please order now.
mypillow.com